violation, so they'll turn it over. Vasquez, he's checked in for O.J. Mayo. The Pacers also with a sub. Turner's checked in for Paul George.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Dishes it to Miles. Milwaukee with the rebound. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was
and that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. And Parker, here we go. Freak. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Freak's got 8 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Hill has the open look. No good from outside. The dish to Vasquez. He feeds it to Freak. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear.
I think I had that all my life.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pacers trail by 12 on the court for Indiana. Hill and Miles. Team up in the backcourt. Turner is out there with Paul George, and it's Mahimi in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And it's Turner off the drive, the feed to Hill. The shot will not go, and Milwaukee the other way now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Really such a security blanket, Greg, when you can count on that second unit to step in and provide key minutes, especially when the game is in doubt.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
And Middleton kicks to Freak. There's 1:54 left to play here in the second quarter. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Pacers trail by 10. Here is Miles. He had 10 points in the win against New York. Right side, George. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Milwaukee has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Mayo, that's good.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Mayo against George. Shoots from 14. That doesn't go either for George.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Miles, the pass to Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Six on the shot clock. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Bucks making a change here. Vasquez comes in. 35 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Freak. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Here's Freak. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And that's now 10 points for Freak. Pacers trail by 16. George up top. Defended by Middleton. Stolen by Middleton. And it's the Bucks on the break. And a wide open look for Freak. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Milwaukee on top. Up.
Well, Coach Vogel.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Freak really making a difference here.
And how about his...
Comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Vaughn's checked in for O.J. Mayer. And Freak subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Hill. Mahinmi comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for George Hill. Freak, he's in at the point. Chris Middleton is out there with Parker. Then it's Greg Monroe. And it's Vaughn in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. And at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic gave them an edge. He ended with 7 points, and he was able to dish out a few helpers to teammates as well. This was just the game he wanted to have as he leads his team to the playoffs. You want to be hot late, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supreme. Confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
I'll tell you what, Greg, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
That's it, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Ellis.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
Ellis, that's good.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Milwaukee leading by 6.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks it to Turner. Rebound by Parker.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a buddy like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
The drive by Ellis. It's blocked. Here's Freak. No good on the buzzer beater. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Bucks lead by 8. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And the final period of play just about to start. "26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On the court for Indiana. They've got Hill. Paul George is out there with Turner. Then there's C.J. Myers. And it's Ellis in at the shooting guard position. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Now here's Freak. They set the screen. Lets it go from the wing. And so the Bucks take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know it makes a big...
Good win, good win, good win. Good win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Carter Williams. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't get reckless, just took what the defense gave him.
He was in a groove tonight, Ernie, Kenny. He's getting in that playoff mode already. Perfect timing with the postseason approaching. He had it all going on the whole game.
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. It has been a wild ride. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. Now the playoffs begin on 2K Sports. See you back for that.